Hello and welcome back to Heartfulness. Today is day 2 of the introduction process. And yesterday we talked about relaxation and meditation. Right? So at the beginning of the session as Heartfulness trainers or volunteers, you might want to start with an interaction. Okay, because an interaction helps open up the audience and brings their attention into the session and they start tuning in. So maybe you can now ask a few open questions, whether anybody tried meditating today, or did they have any questions from yesterday, or what is it that we covered yesterday? Relaxation. Okay, what is relaxation? Oh, meditation. Okay, what is meditation? Okay, how do you do meditation? 3 to 4 minutes of interaction is plenty, and it really brings everybody attention and they become physically and emotionally and mentally present in the room. And then we can plunge into today's session, which is on cleaning. Now, all of us experience what we call mental chatter. We're doing something, we're in a meeting, maybe we're in a movie, but instead of attending to what we're supposed to be attending to, our mind seems to be talking all the time. And our attention is drawn elsewhere. Sometimes we're so zoned out that somebody calls us and we don't even know what's happening. It might even be in a meeting. So how to reduce mental chatter? How to become more present in the current moment? So Heartfulness offers a technique called cleaning, and it really helps effectively declutter the mind and reduce mental chatter. Let's go deeper. The basic principle that we are looking at is that anything that we use, it seems to take on the effect of the environment. We use clothes, it gets dirty, and we have to wash it. We use our kitchen, it gets dirty, we have to clean it. And so on and so forth. This is something all of us understand, right? And once we clean, we become fresh again and it becomes ready and fit for use again. What about us as human beings, right? Do we also take on the effect of the environment? Do we also get dirty? Yes, and not just physically, of course, physically, right? You go to an office, you come back, you're sweaty, you're stinky, you take a shower and you're fresh. But is it all? There's something more that we also take on from the environment, and that has got to do with emotions. During the day, because of our thoughts, because of our actions, because of the stimulus from the environment, we go through a lot of emotional ups and downs. And the environment and the day and the thought and actions might trigger fear. It might be anger. It might be excitement. It might be frenzy. It might be sadness. You might feel hurt. There are so many emotions which we as human beings go through. And while we bring back memory, while we're constantly accumulating memory, memory is of 2 types. There's a cognitive memory, which is stored in our brain, which has to do with what we have done, what we thought, and so on, right? But there is also another memory, which we would call an emotional memory, or I would call it an emotional baggage. And that has a completely different effect. It seems to create irritation. It seems to create frustration at times, right? I mean, it seems to almost wear down or bear down on my shoulders as if it's a burden. Sometimes I feel as if I'm carrying the whole world on my shoulders. It makes us emotional, fear. Okay, sometimes we sleep and it comes back as dreams, which means that something from outside has created an impression inside, which is trying to get out now as a dream. Right? So these are some of the effects that emotional baggage has on us and the effect of the day's thoughts and actions has on us. So what do we do? So normally we do not have any recourse. Sometimes we try to escape these by doing something else, listening to music, going for a dance, going for a hike and so on. To some extent, for a temporary period of time, our mind seems to be distracted and we're not bothered. But many times after we come back home, because the exam is still there or the meeting is still there the next day, sometimes we feel even more pressure because now there's lesser time and nothing has gone away. So how do we reduce the emotional baggage? Can we erase and eliminate this emotional baggage from the day? And at Heartfulness, we say, yes, it is possible. And that's got to do with the cleaning technique. So go ahead, take them through the guided cleaning technique. And since this is day 2, it would be good to take them through about, let's say, 12 or 15 minutes of cleaning, bring them out of it, ask them how they feel. If they have any questions, please answer. And since this is only day 2 and they've just started meditation the previous day, take them through meditation. And since this is the second sitting, you can complete whatever needs to be done. And so they have an experience of cleaning and meditation separately. So with that, we can conclude with a few thoughts. So we went through the cleaning technique, and continued practice of cleaning, regular practice of cleaning on a daily basis, we find that it creates lightness, it creates clarity of mind, it creates freshness, a sense of rejuvenation, a sense of buoyancy. It definitely helps us sleep better, but this is something that they should experience and try for themselves and see if this is what it creates in them. So the takeaways, as always, we have a set of takeaways for every single session. You can ask them to try and practice in cleaning for the next week or 2 weeks, right? In the evening for 15, 20 minutes, whatever they're able to, in its entirety. And the days on which they practice cleaning, let's say 3 days in the week they do and 3 days in the week they do not. Let them note how their day has been and how their quality of sleep has been, how their evening has been. And let's see if they're able to observe a palpable difference, because this will demonstrate for them what is in fact the effect of cleaning which they are experiencing. We thank you for joining the Heartfulness Day 2 session. We'll see you again for Day 3.